check it out. Here's a pen. Hello, konnichiwa. I'm Yusuke. I am your host today. So today I'm going to talk about Apple's new product in 2021. So as you may know, Apple released a lot of new products in 2020. So there's going to be quite a lot of product too in 2021. So I would like to go through what to expect in 2021. But it's going to be a long video. So I'm going to focus on the first half of the 2020 and what we can expect from Apple. So before beginning, please hit the like button because that seriously helps my video. I'm a small creator. Every single like is going to boost the algorithm in YouTube video. So that would be greatly appreciated. So let's begin. So first thing I want to talk about is new iMac. Yeah, so new iMac is expected to be released sometime in 2021. Probably sometime around maybe March, like spring-ish, maybe time frame. Here's what we know. So regarding the size going to be bigger compared to previous generation, current generation. So the current generation is 21.5 inches, but next one is going to be 23 to 24 inches, according to many leakers. So what's interesting is that design also will be different. So basically, it's going to be like a metal slab, like industrial design, like iPad iPhone 12 Pro. So that's going to be interesting because across the Mac products, so design language will be the same, which, yeah, I can see like how Apple will be doing that. But to me, the most interesting thing is the chipset. So as you may know, Apple released M1 MacBook in 2020. Then that revolutionized the computer industry. Then Apple is said to be bringing more powerful M1 chip. So current rumor says 16 to 32 cores for the new M1 chips. That's basically a double of this M1 MacBook Pro. So it's gonna be interesting. If new iMac is 32 core, that means like 4 times the performance should be expected compared to M1 MacBook. That's a massive difference. So I'm so curious about that. But when I think about that, one question is raised where, so if iMac is 32 core, so what's going to happen to Mac Pro, right? Because Mac Pro should be the more powerful one. So then shouldn't 32 cores be reserved for Mac Pro? Or maybe Mac Pro is going to get more powerful variant? Or maybe Mac Pro is going to get 32 core and iMac is going to get maybe 24 core or something like that. And then 16 core will be next 16-inch MacBook Pro. Maybe. But anyway, it's going to be a really interesting product to cover. So stay tuned for that. So next thing is AirPods 3. Yes, so current AirPods generation 2 will be replaced with the new generation 3. So that will be probably released sometime between like maybe spring to summer. So according to the number of rumors, so it's gonna look like basically AirPods Pro without noise cancelling feature. I know some people really like the plastic ear tip, so some people's not gonna really like the idea of like silicone tip, but I wanna see like how people react to that. But the bigger question is the price. So the current rumor basically says it's going to be like a $50 cheaper than AirPods Pro, but without noise cancelling feature. So the question really is, do you really want to save $50 by not getting noise cancelling feature? I don't know about you, but to me, if I am in the market for wireless earbuds, if there's only $50 price difference, I would just go for AirPods Pro because, $50 is not that bad, but you can get noise cancelling feature. So I don't know how many people are really excited about AirPods 3 because there's nothing really Apple can add or subtract because that's such a simple product. So only difference between AirPods Pro and AirPods 2 is noise cancelling feature, but also sound quality and form factor. And form factor is going to be same, so audio quality should be increased. But what else can Apple do besides these differences? So like, I don't know if it's going to be a really eye-catching exciting product, but yeah, I'm gonna cover that, so stay tuned. If you've been liking this video, please hit that like button and subscribe if you want to catch up the new videos. Okay, so let's move on to iPad Pro. So iPad Pro was released early 2020. The new version will be expected to release sometime in spring, and this is gonna be very interesting because it is said to be mini LED iPad Pro. So what is a mini LED? So mini LED is a brand new LED that can be used potentially for iPad, MacBook, and even probably iPhone too. In 2015, Apple established mini LED and micro LED display R&D center in Taiwan, and it's been 5 years they've been developing this technology. And last year, Apple built first manufacturing facilities for mini LED, and last quarter of 2020, Apple already started producing that particular mini LED. So it is reasonable to assume that Apple will be using new display for the new product, and so like maybe iPad Pro can be mini LED panel. So part of me think that iMac may be a mini LED display as well. So let's see. So another new feature is said to be like 5G, but honestly, who cares about 5G for iPad Pro? I mean, most people probably use iPad Pro at home, so probably not many people can actually take advantage of 5G speed. So I'm not really excited about that. But what I'm excited about is A14X Bionic chipset. So iPhone 12 is actually have A14, and M1 MacBook chip is based on this A14 Bionic and designed for more powerful MacBook and MacBook Air. So A14X should be somewhere between iPhone 12 and MacBook Pro, but nonetheless, it's gonna be really, really, really powerful. So it's gonna be really good. But the question is though, can iPad really be a replacement of the laptop computer? You see, I've been using iPad Pro for like a number of months since the launch. So I've tried using iPad Pro for my professional work for like video editing, photo editing. But I actually switched back to MacBook Pro because iPad Pro is, yeah, it's powerful and decent, but the app is actually not there yet. So when you actually see the Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, Lightroom, Photoshop, so desktop version is much more powerful and those more features. So I really hope that app developers actually provide meaningful update to powerful iPad Pro this year. So last thing I want to talk about is WWDC, where iOS 15 and iPad OS 15 and a number of other OS systems will be released. So iOS 14 was the big jump from iOS 13, given the fact that there's new features like widgets, customization, and so many other features. So it was a good jump, but I don't really know exactly where Apple would go from current state to the next generation, because a part of the reason why Apple introduced the widget and customization is because there's always comparison between Android and iOS. And Android, of course, so much customization option that so many people actually moved to Android just because of that, including me. But now you can argue that iOS can be customized. So then there's a less gap between iOS and Android. So I'm curious to see what Apple's gonna do this year. So my question to you is that, what is your wishing list for iOS, iPad OS, and other OS? Okay, that's it for today for what to expect from Apple in the first half of 2021. So the next video is going to be the second half of the 2021. Please stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope you're gonna excited about what to come in 2021. So it's gonna be a great year, and all of us, and especially for you. And so let's pump it up and get excited for the coming year. All right. So that's been it, and thank you so much for being here. And see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Sayonara.